The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan.
Dude, so, are you ready for Halo Reach? Ready? Ready doesn't even fucking describe it!
You got several things to do. You've got work, kids in school. What do you do when it's all over?
How do you hand something from one player to another?
Dark soul with light. So turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. I'm your host, A4, and who do we have with us today?
Caleb.
Joe.
Zach.
Fighting over
And
Mountain
today
Dew.
we are going to be reviewing Halo Reach. We are slowly but surely nearing the end of our little Halo expedition. So we finally got to, I believe what a lot of people consider one of the better multiplayer games in the series, and prequel that anyone who read the novels knows about, the fall of Reach. So let's just get into it.
Let's do that. First, anybody's history with this game?
Go
ahead, Zach.
No, it's okay. This is my first time playing Reach. I was on my mission when this game came out, so I didn't get a chance to play it with everyone else.
Oh wow, what year did this come out? Do we know?
2010.
2010. Okay, all right.
I remember because I was at my brother's house when I was still in Philly, and he was in Philly, going to college as well. And I remember like the multiplayer trailer or something dropped for this game when I was over there, and I remember him just like losing his fucking mind watching it. And I didn't play it until years and years later. I think it was 2019 or 2020, whenever the Halo Master Chief Collection dropped for Steam, because this was the only game that was on it at the beginning.
Oh, really?
Because they had to like retrofit all the other Halo games to work for PC at the time. So they were just basically just doing them in chronological order. Since this is chronologically the first game in the series, this was the first one in there.
That's kind of horseshit because Halo 1 was on computer before. So that's kind of...
Yeah, but it was by Gearbox, and Gearbox sucks. So I'm sure Bungie wanted to do it like in-house or something. Or 343, whoever's handling Halo nowadays.
Yeah. It's 343. Whoever's ruining Halo these days.
I haven't actually.
Guilty Spark?
I played like a little bit of Halo 4 in multiplayer once, and that was it. So I can't really like judge
Yeah.
the Halo series at the moment.
I mean, I say that, but then I also don't really like Destiny that much, so I don't know if Bungie would have not fucked it up over time anyway.
I love Destiny's from the little I played. And I know we reviewed it on the show, but I wasn't one of the people who reviewed it. I love Destiny's physics, and I love like how it feels.
Yeah.
Shooting the gun feels really good. I remember when I played like the Destiny demo when we first got a PS4. I was like, damn, the gun shooting feels really good, but it just everything else it doesn't match up.
Yeah, and like the thing that I did not know when I bought the game that it was like an MMO.
Yeah, it's a
thing.
weird fucking idea for a game.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a
So that threw me off.
PvE shooter. And the multiplayer, the straight up like kill each other, that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's like
multiplayer's fun.
fucking good. But like the open world, fuck around and like hang out and do
Dude,
like
they've like
raids. It's like, what the fuck are we doing
they've
here?
like ruined the multiplayer because like if you don't have like the newer guns in there, then you're not gonna win.
Yeah, I heard that about Destiny 2.
It sucks.
Like, yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
Well, that's the consequence of having like a multiplayer shooter like this, but like attaching stats to everything.
Yeah.
Like Halo, it's not like Halo has like increasing stats for what you get. It's just
Not until home,
certain
maybe
guns
not
are
Halo
good,
Infinite.
certain guns are not good. That's just how it is.
And that's what I liked about the straight up multiplayer in Destiny is it is just you can have your gun that looks super fancy, but it's the same gun as everybody else.
That's not how it is anymore.
Yeah. Oh, really? Even for
That's
like
what I'm
PvP?
saying. Yeah, and if you go to like the PvP, different guns have different fire rates, but they're like different like stacks and stuff too. So
that's
like,
dog shit, dude.
yeah, that's why like my
Yeah.
buddy Jacob like stopped playing it just because of that. Because we were trying to get back into it. We're like, dude, we're not gonna I'm not gonna spend like 40 more hours into this to do like stupid shitty quests to just be able to get like points online. Like it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I imagine they did that to try and pacify the people that like played the game for a long time in order to get really good fucking guns, so that they didn't feel like they were wasting their time. But then you're hurting everyone else who just wants to play the game casually.
And you can say that, but
shooter.
they don't care about their fan base, because like the thing is, they were caught out on it. They were slowing down XP rates for people who were playing more, and stopping them from getting exotics. Like I have a buddy that like just stopped playing. Like we were like, hey man, what's going on? And he was just like pissed because he was doing summer sales for his job, so he like had like months off of work, right? So he was like hardcore, like playing Destiny 2 like fucking crazy. And then like some nights and weekends, me and another buddy would go on and play with him because we had work. And like we were getting exotics and we were leveling up really fast. And he's like, dude, like I haven't gotten exotic in like a week. He's like, it's taking me like twice as long to like level up like you guys. Like what the fuck's going on? And they like looked at it and like it was an actual thing. Like Bungie was slowing down their players that were actually putting time into the game and being like, oh, sorry. It was weird. It was the weirdest shit.
Yeah, that's a good way to be like, dude, kick out your base players.
Right, you're like, yeah, you really like our game? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
too bad.
it sucks. Yeah.
How do you like it now? Yeah, that's dumb.
That's interesting.
was
I don't.
really
Yeah, I'll still have to give Destiny another try when
I really like
have
Destiny.
a more permanent position.
I've had fun with Destiny 2, and I wish, and I kind of want to go back on some of the newer DLCs because it looks fun. But it's like if I don't have like at the point when I really got into it, like and that's all I was playing. I was in a clan and we were just fucking shit up with like raids and stuff, and it was great. But not having that anymore, it makes it a lot harder to just like kind of get back into it. Cause
Destiny,
you need the
before
fan
at
base.
least, was just weird because it was like published by Activision, and they did some really scummy, stupid shit with the DLC. Where like when we got Destiny when it came out, and I think Corey got the season pass, so she got the first 2 DLCs. But then like the actual third DLC that everyone wanted and fixed everything, the Taken King, you couldn't get it by itself. You had to buy everything else again. So it was like the dumbest shit ever. So Destiny almost feels like a game that's like the longer you wait, maybe the better off you are, because you could just get a package deal with like all the expansions and be caught up.
It seems like how they do their expansions too is I'm kind of hopefully Halo Infinite doesn't do this, but like its expansions are kind of like World of Warcraft, where you're like, oh, I bought the base game, like, oh, it's a year. The new thing like for 2 was like, oh, the Fallen's coming out, and it was a brand new like disc, and it was a brand new like box. And it's like, oh, we have everything else like leading up to that, and then like this new one just came out. It's like, oh, new game.
Yeah,
it's like, dude.
Doesn't that bug you guys? Like, like when Doom Eternal did that, I was just like, I was looking at it, and it's like, oh, there's a DLC coming to Doom Eternal. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy it.
I still haven't played
Love
it.
the game,
I was
but-
totally down for Doom Eternal DLC. Just I heard it's really hard. I haven't played. Like you got to fight like 2 Marauders at the same time.
It is difficult. I have it.
Hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, real quick back to Destiny. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Bungie has full like creative rights on it now. Like I think Activision's out of the picture for Destiny, so that's a good sign if that's true. But I'm not.
Interesting.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah,
You hear it here first, folks. A4.
Yeah, what's with Destiny like always getting like buddy with a huge company and being like, nah.
Bungie, yeah.
Oh, you mean Bungie? Yeah.
I'm sorry,
well,
Bungie.
that's just the nature
Yeah.
of video games,
Well,
unfortunately.
didn't Microsoft like take Halo from them basically?
They got Halo from them. I don't know if I think they've just bought it from them or something.
Oh,
I
they
think
didn't pry it
no,
from their
yeah.
cold dead hands.
I think it was that Bungie didn't want to be with Microsoft anymore, and that was like what needed to happen for Microsoft to let them go, was to give them Halo.
Yeah, you have to kill.
like-
It's not.
your dark.
That seems to happen sometimes, like how
The Abraham did, like, you have to
Harmonix
kill
made
your
Guitar
firstborn.
Hero, and then like Activision and Neversoft got involved.
Yeah,
So like eventually they just gave Neversoft and Activision Guitar Hero and just went off and made Rock Band.
yeah. Those
And then they
greedy,
partnered with EA, which was another bad move, but whatever.
those greedy pricks need to let go of Metallica so that I can get some Rocksmith Metallica packs. I can spend all of my money on songs
I
I'll
don't
never
think.
be able to play.
Wait, do they have exclusivity with Metallica, or is it just Metallica's the
I
problem? Because
feel
I would
like-
assume it's the latter.
I feel like they have to. Metallica would be crazy to not have like tracks on Rocksmith or like fucking any of these other like rhythm games that have music tracks on it. They're crazy to not.
Yeah,
I'm
or
fairly
they
certain
just
there's a
ask for
PC
too much
version of
money.
Rocksmith. You could probably just mod that shit in there.
Yeah, you can. On PC, you can play whatever you want, but I want it
Yeah.
legit. I feel like they should want it legit too. But
I don't think Rocksmith is popular enough to warrant that personally, but that whatever.
Megadeth will do it.
yeah,
Megadeth was in Guitar Hero 2. They'll do anything.
That's true.
yeah, and it wasn't even Dave Mustaine's
It
vocals.
wasn't Dave Mustaine singing
It
it.
sounds like shit.
Yeah, it's the same.
Well, that was like the
There's a lot
cutoff
of their
rate. Like
stuff.
they had, I think, 2 master tracks in Guitar Hero 2. It was like John the Fisherman by Primus and some other song. But yeah, that was still when they were largely just covering the songs themselves in house.
Yeah, that was obnoxious.
Yeah,
Like I heard the Avenged Sevenfold one pissed me off. I was like, who the fuck is singing this?
yeah.
Doesn't sound like him at all.
Was it Beast and the Harlot, or was that a number?
It sounds
3?
better.
I think that is one of those Beast and the Harlot.
Yeah.
It is Beast and the Harlot, yeah.
So, did you play Halo Reach twice?
Yeah, I played the multiplayer back in the day. I thought I had played through the campaign, but I was definitely wrong. Found that out when I played through the campaign this time. And I always thought it was kind of cool. When I played it, though, I thought, like, well, this is like Halo basically giving in to Call of Duty's ways, wily ways, because they kind of were like, well, Call of Duty's kind of winning right now, so, like, let's
We'll
kind
give you a
of...
sprint.
We'll give you a hybrid, yeah. You guys want a sprint? Fine, we'll jerk you off. Here's a sprint. Here's the power-ups, you know. It's not as Call of Duty as I thought it was. It's still very much Halo, just with some weird shit. And then, honestly, like, the armor lock and stuff like that, back in the day, people would just wait. And then when it popped up, they would just fucking execute you. Like, it wasn't like a, ha-ha, now you can't kill me. It was like all right, well, now I'm going to wait a second, and then I'm going to fucking kill you.
Switch to your shotgun. You're like, get up.
Yeah, get up, bitch.
Bomb says, it's my turn.
So it's not super cheap or anything like that. But I did play it back in the day, and I enjoyed the multiplayer. And it's kind of for the same reasons why I enjoyed it this time. Like, I just like the carbine weaponry in this game. There's a lot more.
There's a shit ton of carbine weaponry.
And I love the rifles in Halo
and grenade launchers that don't show up in the rest of the games.
Yeah,
and that were lost to Reach.
Yeah, my joke was
technologies.
Like, yeah, after Reach, everyone joined NATO, and then they had all those shitty like NATO rounds. And so all the good guns and good rounds, they like banned.
Yeah, some of those guns like fucked up elites.
Yeah, they're like,
and I was like, where the hell was this?
What if we made the Needler a giant pussy like SMG thing that only works if you pump them full of like 6 pounds of needles,
as opposed to this
explode.
fucking sniper rifle that just owns everybody instantly.
Like,
It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
AR-15 of Needlers.
With that too, there's a whole race of like creatures that are gone as well.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
the big like dudes, the fast ones they're not in any other Halos. Like it's like
Must have been native.
to Reach.
The Reach Aborigines. Yeah, we executed
It's
them
just
all.
like, what the fuck? And like I was surprised to see the brutes in there because I never played Reach, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like they're here. Where are they in Halo 1? Oh.
Yeah, where are they in Halo
They
1?
didn't exist yet. What the fuck?
That's my favorite thing. I'm like, why did the pistol get worse? Like, why did the pistol get worse? This pistol's better, I guess.
Chief got too many headshots.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but interesting. Oh yeah, and like, why are the vehicles indestructible in Halo 1? Like, they just stopped spending money on both the Covenant and the humans are like, all right, we got to make them destructible again. We're spending way too much money on these indestructible
If
vehicles.
Phil can't drive his fucking Warhog right, what's the point?
Yeah. It's indestructible, but it is made of paper mache. Any kind of headwind or tailwind when you're airborne, and you're gonna have some serious
Taking
problems.
rocket launchers.
It's actually a paper airplane in the form of a Jeep.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of multiplayer at one time. I think I probably had I had my friend Kyle come over once, and he had Halo Reach, and we played it. And we played multiplayer for a couple hours, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I remembered the jetpack. That was like that was
you were
what I
talking that up the whole
remembered,
time.
and I remembered the winter landscape multiplayer map, and that was it. Like that's all I remembered from it, and it came back here, but it is just. I think it was it built on Halo 3's engine, or they make something new for it? Does anybody know?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It feels like Halo 3, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if we mentioned it, but this was the last Halo game from Bungie. Did we say that? And so it was kind of like this big, I don't know, final. I don't know. It's just like Bungie's last stand.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and
I mean, as far as like their swan song for the Halo games go, this one's pretty good. And I mean, like, there is something weirdly poetic about it going back to like a story that, again, if you read the novelizations, like a lot of people already kind of know how it ends.
Yeah, you know how the Fall of Reach. Yeah, you read the I can't even fucking talk. you do know about Reach, and it is something like it's something like in the books, like they talk about a lot because like it's a huge pivotal point.
Man, how many times are you guys gonna come out on the fucking podcast about these Halo books?
They're great, dude. They're great books.
Nah, you want to hear another thing that's as gay as humanly possible?
What, did you read the
back
Diablo
in, like,
books,
ninth grade,
too?
We did
Yeah,
a book
fucker.
report
No,
where
I
we had to read a book and then like give a presentation as one of the characters. So I read The Fall of Reach and had to give a presentation as John 1:17.
wow.
And
Nice.
you didn't talk the entire presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You just
I
stood
got
there and
an
you
A+.
walked up to it like a sleeping kid and you just punched the back of the head and he just like grunted, died, and it's like laid there and you're like, yeah.
No, it looks like they did a new engine for it, or they updated their engine from
Oh,
Halo
okay.
3. So this is a new engine, and apparently they had some like, what the heck? Hold on, sorry.
What is going on, Joe?
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Breaking.
Sorry.
This just in.
The game sold a lot. It had like the biggest release for the Halo franchise in the first day, $200 million in sales, which was a record for the series. And yeah, it did pretty well, and eventually sold 4.7 million units by September 2011.
Wow.
Which is pretty darn good for one that's like not one of the main games. It's like a spin-off title. Although I can't remember if I don't know my timeline here if Halo Wars came out before
Everyone
this.
loves a Halo.
Well, I mean, Halo Wars was
did.
kind of like a different thing, being a different genre. I think like an ODST being a side story. I know this is like
Oh,
a
it
side
did.
story like ODST, but I think again, based on like how much people knew the lore, this one was pretty anticipated just based on that alone.
Yeah.
So this 2009 had Halo Wars and ODST, and then this came out in 2010. And then we started revisiting the series with Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary the next year after that, before Halo 4 finally in 2012. Which I gotta say, my memory of I guess I was graduating high school at this point, so my life I didn't have Halo in my life, so in 2010. But that's about this. Halo 3 is kind of when I checked out. After Halo 3, I was just.
Yeah, and it was a hell of a checkout because
I knew I wanted to play Halo Wars. I remember that coming out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I just
like-
didn't. So
Because I really like the studio that made it, and then they closed them down after they made it. They're like, "Oh, thanks a lot, guys."
Wait, did Bungie not make Halo Wars or?
No, they didn't develop it. No, it was
Okay,
it
because
was-
they'd done RTSs before. They did Myth.
Yeah, it was Ensemble Studios, the guys who did Age of Empires. They did. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So it's probably a clunky motherfucker, but it's probably really fun. So you got guys milling over each other like idiots.
Dude, I wasn't
you know
really...
they also made a Star Wars game, right?
Yes, yeah.
Wait, what Star Wars game?
It's man, what is it?
It's like
called?
basically just Age of Empires, but Star Wars.
Oh, is it like shit, Edge of the Empire or something like that, or like
I forget.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah,
it was like I've actually played that one. That was really fun.
yeah.
I wasn't really like when I got it on Xbox. Like I rented Halo Wars, and I hated it just because like I didn't like the controller aspect of it. Because I remember
It's
I
not a
remember
game
playing
for
playing like
Xbox.
StarCraft and Warcraft, and so like I was used to that. And it was kind of shitty. But like the
Playing
cutscenes
RTS on
and,
a controller is for poor people.
The lore in that game is fucking awesome. Like I don't know. I really liked the what are they called? The Arbiter. The Arbiter they introduced, that one's fucking badass. And it was just cool.
Okay.
It's rad.
Does anybody have a story outline?
Yeah. So Halo Reach.
I thought that was you.
Yeah.
Nope. I was just looking to see if I could remember anything from it.
So basically, the story for are we like doing spoilers? Because
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the game's
So-
old.
Hey, spoilers. Reach falls.
Yeah, so the game takes place on the planet Reach, which is like a human colonization outpost for the UNSC. They're having troubles with like the people there because they're like not wanting to be a part of the UNSC. That's kind of like
They're having rebels.
it's like civil, yeah. They're having like a civil
yeah.
war kind of, and then they send a noble team to go check that shit out, and you find like blood and stuff, and like, oh, like this wasn't human.
Yeah,
And they find
you're also playing as a guy who codenamed Noble 6, but apparently has like a pretty dark past, considering like a pretty fucking. He's got red in his ledger.
I don't know if it's black or if it's just like he did so many spec ops because like his thing was so blacked out.
Well, I mean, yeah, a lot of shit got redacted, and even your commander's like, I saw the shit they didn't even want me to see, and I'm glad we have you. We're glad we have your skill set here.
Yeah. So they go to check everything out. You find out the Covenant dropped early, like on this planet, like they've discovered Reach, and like they fuck shit up. They start destroying Reach, and they're like trying to like take it over.
Yeah.
And it's you and your team from discovering that to start trying to stop the Covenant invasion of Reach. With comrades dying along the way,
And it goes well. It goes well. And
It goes well, and yeah, John never has to go to Halo, and it's fantastic. It totally erases 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, no. So then it does its thing, and Reach falls. As everyone who like read the books, shut up, did. I'm just kidding.
It is definitely
This
like
is
a
a safe
tragedy.
place.
Like there's that moment where you blow up that like one huge ship, and like the one guy like sacrifices himself,
George,
for you to blow up that one ship, and it's like this, yeah, we did it moment, and then all of a sudden, right after that, just like tons of Covenant ships.
Oh yeah, dude, that was
start
fucking sick.
warping in, and you're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, I imagine people now would probably refer to Rogue One over and over again when it comes to it's a mission that is doomed to failure.
That's so. I told my
Yeah.
girlfriend about the game when she asked what I was playing, and she's like, oh, I told him like it's kind of like I said it's Rogue One, basically. I said, but this came first. Like this is the first one.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, that sounds sad, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool.
I don't know if it's.
I mean, it's even got the aspect at the end where you're delivering a package to the heroes of like the main story instead of the Death
And the
Star plans,
package
it's
is a cool
Cortana.
spoiler. It's Master Chief. Like that's
Yeah.
or you're taking Cortana to the.
Which was
pillar
one of
bottom.
the questions in our heads when the game ended. Is like, where the fuck was Master Chief? He was there.
He was in cryo.
He wasn't doing shit.
There's a book. No, there's a book. If you read the book.
God.
No, he is fighting in the city of Reach, one of like the main cities, and he's helping out like with his team. So it's kind of how his team died. Is like this is how the book. I think it's called Hard Contact or like First Point or something like that. And so the book is it's like what happens to his team up to that, and something happens and he gets put in a cryo sleep. So they're like, no, we need you to do this, and he's like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, no, they're like you're doing this. So like
Okay.
he tries to help keep the city, but like his team gets fucking wiped out.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's a good broad strokes version of the story.
That was broad
And
stroke.
you did remind me of a few parts of that thing.
Everybody dies.
Yeah, I remember like all the little characters. I remember the one guy with like the skull on his
that's Emil.
helmet and stuff like that.
Emo guy.
Emil.
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 Which is like, it looks cool, but from a practical standpoint, it might be the dumbest thing in Halo ever, because it's like, how do you see out of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you guys think of the story?
Oh.
Zach, we'll start with you.
No, I hate it. I hate stories. I actually really liked the story. I had fun. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I like playing like the no one scenario game sometimes, like where you know like the ending is gonna be. Because I knew what was gonna happen. Then I knew they were gonna die. Like I knew it was gonna happen. I had spoilers from back in the day.
Oh, wait, was it because he read the book?
No, because they didn't do this one no book.
Oh.
They never talked.
No,
about
he
it.
actually saw the stage play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw. Yeah, you cry. It's beautiful.
Is it a
Yeah.
musical?
No.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Where is the
And I'm Commander Keys.
He's asleep.
I really liked it. I like when they force him. One of my favorite parts too is like when like George sacrificed himself, blows up the ship, and like all the Covenant ship coming. You're like, oh, shit goes down.
Mm.
And then like where you're like flying around with when you're like going through the city, like the the main metropolis city, and they start glassing the planet when you're all in like that office building was pretty sweet. Like the scope and the scale of this is really good, I think. And like even though you know how the game's gonna end because they say that Master Chief's like the last Spartan, basically, you know what's gonna happen, and I think it was still fun.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go next. So I enjoyed it while I was playing it, but it left my brain apparently immediately. We were having this conversation before we started recording when I was like looking at the story, and I was like, my eyes are going over this thing, and I'm like, okay, I don't remember any of this. But your broad strokes thing was actually way more like transparent than the Wikipedia, and then like started remembering, oh, the images start coming in. No, I enjoyed the story. I feel like I should start judging things in 4 categories. There's like, remember it, love it. Remember it, fucking hate it. Don't remember it, remember liking it. And then don't remember it, remember hating it. This is don't remember it and remember liking it. I liked it. I enjoyed my time. It didn't stick with me like the other Halos, like Halo 2 or anything like that. Obviously, it doesn't have Master Chief in it, so I'm not already like emotionally invested in it.
Right.
It's doomed to failure. I kind of know how. I already know how it is gonna end, but I was still entertained despite that. So I'm gonna say I like the story, and I'll give the story. And I didn't have really any qualms against it. I'll give the story an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm
Solid.
gonna mirror that because I was gonna say 8 out of 10 as well. Something real quick too. I like with like the characters and stuff is like I liked the entire team. Like Kat was kind of bitchy, but I still liked Kat.
Okay.
And like when they died,
I let her pee on my face.
oh my god. when they died, it wasn't like oh, I'm gonna cry, but it was like, oh, it's kind of sad because like oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like, there goes another one. And they all die in like legit ways. Like I mean, like George sacrificed himself. Kat gets fucking sniped in the face when she's like mid.
Even though you don't see their
mid-speech.
faces a lot, I almost feel like the characterization of Noble Team is a little bit better than the characterization for
ODST.
the ODST members.
It is.
I would agree
It
with that.
definitely
And
is.
it's and I think it's a testament to them like learning. They're like,
Well,
Yeah,
this is a full game.
ODST was like
ODST is a half game.
Yeah.
fair.
ODST, they were like putting a little pinky finger in there and like testing it out, and then with Reach, they were,
Yeah.
You're not quite dilated yet.
yeah. And for Reach, as the kids say, they were trying to grab that last Pringle out of the fucking
I was going to say that.
can.
Also with like the story as well. I think it has one of the best like epilogues, like play wise in a game. Because you're playing as Noble 6 and you're like getting hit and you're getting shot from the like with the elites and your like face mask is cracking.
Oh yeah.
And then you set it down.
Yeah,
in the
that
sand,
final
and it's you
objective,
just
survive.
yeah, just unloading. It's I'm getting kind of chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking
it is
dope.
For us, the game was like survive, and I was like, fuck you. And I died in like 2 seconds.
Dude, so me and A4 playing A4 got killed, but I was like,
I got brutalized
and I was
immediately.
like, he's watching me. I'm not going down.
Yeah.
Just like, bah, bah.
I went out into the mist and I got fucking laid out in like no time.
Dude, I did pretty good. The game forced me to die because like the screen went like white.
Oh
like,
wow.
I didn't die.
You went to
Wow, you
heaven.
made a pretty good time.
this
What difficulty did you guys play
We
on?
just did normal
We were just playing on normal.
because we were gonna
Same.
be like, oh, we're gonna beat this game in like we're gonna beat this game like 3 weeks. Like it's okay. Like we're gonna take our time, and then we got to think it was like, fuck, we gotta beat this game. We gotta beat this game. Which
Yeah.
is,
like literally every other Halo game we've reviewed
Yeah.
so far, we beat it within like the last week.
yeah, me and A4 always like we're gonna learn from our mistakes and we're gonna play this, and then we're like, oh fuck, it's the last week. But 2, sorry, I'm going on. I apologize. But my favorite death, like my favorite scene from that game is like Emil though, when like he's like you think he's dead 'cause he like split up, but then like you're running and you see him from behind, like this elite's gonna snipe you, and he just like jumps behind him with his knife and just starts fucking hacking at him, and then
Yeah.
they take him. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there are good scenes in this thing. You're bringing them back
it's
up.
so
You're bringing
good.
them back to
When
memory.
the captain like crashes himself into the Scarab 2 is like the brassest of balls that I've seen in Halo 2.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you're not going to make it. And you're like, what are you going to do? And he's like, speeds in, just takes it out.
You sure you want to only give it an 8?
Fuck. You know, you think you're right. I'm going to give it a 9.
Give it a 9.
I'm going to give it a 9.
All right.
I really like. And the thing is, like, it makes sense because, like, Rogue One is one of my favorite Star Wars movies. Like, honestly, because, like, I love this, the whole ending where it's like, oh, they're going to die. Like, all of them. It's great. They're not in the saga. And so, like, you go in and you're like, all right.
I feel like isn't there some famous movie where it's like a mission and they're all gonna die and it's older?
Is it Armageddon?
No.
The Great Escape? I don't
When
know.
they're going to go stop the asteroid.
Oh, Great Escape is one. They have the thing and then all of them get caught at
there's
the
an
end.
old Western
never
too,
seen
like
it.
The Magnificent Seven.
I've just seen Chicken Run, which
the
is like
Dirty
the kids
Dozen.
version of
Is
that.
it?
It's the Dirty Dozen.
I like those movies.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like it just because like it's like kind of depressing, but at the same time, like
Yeah.
it's cool because you know. and they all get their time to shine.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go watch the Magnificent Seven remake. No, because like that's the same one where they're just like getting wrecked like at the end of the movie because they're like, "Oh, we're not gonna win." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, you're not."
I've not seen the Magnificent Seven.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
same.
It's not bad, honestly.
I've seen Seven Samurai,
good.
but they don't all die at the end. Some of them do, but not all of them.
Yeah,
how it
not
has to be.
everybody.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I went on a tangent.
A4, how do you feel about the story?
I think you talked me up to a 9. It's better than ODST. It's a little more cinematic. It's a little more like dire, and because of that, it just kind of resonates a little better. I already played this like again a couple years ago when the Master Chief Collection first came to PC, but it's still really entertaining watching the camaraderie between Noble Team and like these actual, pun intended, noble sacrifices that some of these characters do in order to get the mission done. And I think I think Bungie knew to sort of play up the dramatic aspect because they already knew everyone knows how this is going to end. So it's like let's give Noble Team like a really good send off.
Do you think it's do you think the Covenant are Microsoft and that Noble Team is Bungie?
Yeah,
Is this a metaphor?
Well,
they killed us.
I would say yes, except that Cortana is way better than Destiny. So
Well, no. Here's the other thing. They're also sending off Master Chief into space,
Twice.
and and everybody's crossing their fingers, man.
Oh yeah, that's
wow.
Oh, that's an allegory.
Telling you, man.
That's an allegory.
There you go.
Trans allegory, if you will.
Yeah.
This is the Matrix.
I identify as Master
Could you imagine
Chief.
if fucking Halo Reach ended with a Rage Against the Machine song?
Yeah. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, I probably can too. Yeah. Well, you guys talked me down to a 7. No, I'm gonna give it an 8. Also, I think it's a pretty good story. The reason why I don't think it's as good of a story as Halo 3, 2, or 1, even though it does have more dramatic points in it, I don't think I was as attached to the characters. I mean, for fuck's sake, I think I was more attached to Cortana in Halo 3, like, you know, when he's thirsting after her and like trying to find her again. Like, I feel like I was
Trying to
more
get those cheeks.
Yeah, I was more connected to that than I was to any of the characters in this game. Not that I think they're poorly written or anything like that. Like, they're way less hammy and ridiculous than the guys in ODST. So it's like a lot like ODST, but way better. And the overall story is pretty cool. I liked all the self-sacrificing and shit like that. And it sucks because they all think they're the ones that are going to make it work, and then they just right after that, it's just so hopeless the whole time. Much like the last season of Game of Thrones, except for no plot armor here. Everyone just dies.
I mean, there is that spark of hope where, like, their sacrifices technically weren't in vain because if they hadn't done that shit, then Master Chief wouldn't have gotten Cortana and the story wouldn't have ended as we know it.
Yeah.
So, in a way, like, it's bittersweet. They die thinking they're going to save Reach. They don't save Reach, but they do ultimately save the human race.
Yeah.
Story ended. There's 2 more Halos.
Yeah.
Halo 4 and 5.
Halo
Plus-
4 and 5.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, kind of true. It's like, according to them, yes, Master Chief wouldn't have made it, but that's a retcon. This whole thing's a retcon. It's a good retcon. It's not a bad retcon, but
Okay.
technically speaking,
All
it's-
right.
it could be like they could. It's like superheroes fighting each other. It's like whichever one they made cooler will win. Like,
You're damn right. That's why Batman wins Superman every time.
no, it's so retarded. Yeah, Batman should lose each time.
Batman should lose.
He's a
each
way
time.
better
What
character.
kind of
but,
fucking like Batman nerd like Caleb Craig? He would be the only one. Like
Nah,
you
dude,
have to
I-
just be. You
Yeah.
have to have
Wins
a
every
hard
time.
on for Batman
I
to
do.
believe that he'll win.
It comes down to essentially like writers too. Like it's where the writers
Comes
want
down
it.
That's what I'm
to-
saying. Yeah, it's the writers.
But as
Deadly
well-
laser vision.
but as well,
ultimate strike.
the in canon answer. For
No,
why
dude, Batman won
wins.
because he put on kryptonite-infused lip balm and
Yeah,
kissed
dude.
Superman
That
on
was-
the lips.
all
That's
right.
how he was
Poison
able to
Ivy.
do it.
What are you talking
You
about?
think that Superman would be able to take his open palm and like hit the air so hard that it like shatters Batman's like all the shit that's on him?
Well, the thing is, the in canon answer is that like Superman, even when they're fighting, like doesn't want to kill him because he's like essentially a good person. Like it's just like Superman's like he's about hope. He's about like the American way, right? He's about like helping people, and he doesn't want to be.
Not anymore.
But if you watch like what is it? Fucking, I think it's Injustice, like the game, like in one of like in the like there's a comic series leading it because it starts a game 5-year gap, and then the game restarts like in Injustice, and Batman's got this like metal suit on because like he fucking breaks Batman's back. He's like, no, you're not gonna stop, and just like snaps him in half. And then,
Oh wow.
But so like yeah, the can't answer is like Superman's a good person. He doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what we talk about when we're talking about, they're gonna kill each other, bro.
Yeah. I guess that is what happens in that shitty Batman v Superman movie.
It was rad. That fight was good. The fight was fun. It was what I wanted. The only thing I wanted more is in the comics. There's like they go to like this construction yard, and like Superman's flying at Batman, and Batman's like sitting there in his suit, and he puts his he kicks the ground, and a piece of rebarb comes up and just fucking smacks Superman in the face, and I just like it's such a good.
So
thing.
in top 5 things that we always refer back to, I believe Batman v Superman is probably 5th place.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. We had 2 episodes in a row where
Really?
we had to argue about Batman v Superman.
Jesus
Who
Christ.
liked it?
I kind of liked it
I
up
liked
to a
it.
point.
Oh.
I think the 3
Why
hour
were we
one.
arguing
I think
then?
I
'Cause
think
no one really liked it. I mean,
I think the 3 hour one's definitely way better.
man, I am so tired of the Snyder Cut nonsense.
It was great. You didn't watch it? It's
God.
awesome.
No, I didn't watch it. I didn't like
I
the
watched.
first one.
I watched all 4 hours. It's a completely different
Oh
movie.
my god.
The studio fucked it up hard. Like and I rewatched the first one to like look at it, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
they take out so many plot points, and they just like let things go nowhere that actually go somewhere. Like with the new.
I mean, if Zack Snyder is the one that'll save it, there's a problem. Like he probably should have never even made the movie. If it's gonna be like between total chaos and Zack fucking Snyder, like, come on.
I liked 2/3 of Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
I think when the cave troll, it was my biggest problem
Oh,
was
yeah.
like I
Oh,
thought the rest of the movie
baddie.
I thought the rest of the movie had problems, but it like overall kind of worked for me. But it's
Doomsday.
the cave troll plot. I was like, well, you could have cut out half an hour of the movie, and also the movie would have been stronger without that thing.
Yeah.
But it was definitely because he wanted to kill Superman. But like for me, my biggest complaint with that too is like Doomsday should have been its own villain. In a Superman movie, but the way the comics did it, not the way they do it in that, because it's not accurate to anything at all.
God, we're getting back into it.
Sorry. Anyway, Kay.
I would like to deflect from this conversation by saying I've never seen Batman v Superman, but this week I did see the cooler Superman movie for the first time, which is Dragon Ball Z Super Broly.
You should
And
watch
that movie rules,
sometime if you
so-
try with your Spanish dub. It's really good.
Okay. All right.
It's a really good movie. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, Halo Reach. Did you guys?
So now that I've successfully derailed the Batman v Superman conversation, Halo Reach.
Did you guys find the Easter egg in the where you're flying the Hornets around and you're going to building to building?
No, I saw you did though.
We did. Me and A4 did.
Was
find
it?
the
Was
Easter egg.
it?
Yeah, we had to have someone walk us through it.
Yeah,
but,
he was telling
we
us how
saw
to
the
find
club
it, but we
Easter
totally
egg.
did it. Yeah, you go to the club. You know, you go into the club and like they're all like in there, and you have to like.
Yeah.
If you go in there when you do the right Easter egg like things, the Brute is like on a record player and he's like, doo, 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 and the grunts were dancing, and you can just walk
Nice.
past them.
Nice.
But as soon as you like touch or like activate the object, they all start shooting at you, and they all have the fuel rod cannons. You're like, fuck.
There is a second Easter egg that we
Yeah.
didn't know to do, but if you go to like the rooftop of that building, there's like a second button you can press, and then they won't even stop to shoot you when you get to the
Yeah,
objective.
they'll just keep dancing. But it's funny because the Brute
that's
Brute
fun.
is just on the record table. It's just awesome. He's just funny. And they're just like,
Nice.
yeah, it's good.
But they even play a record scratch sound when you get to the objective.
Oh, yeah, when you touch the
everyone,
objective.
Like everyone stops and looks at you. It's like,
It's like,
and then they just start shooting fuel rod cannons at you.
And
It's
then it
great.
goes back to the game audio. It's fucking awesome, dude.
That's funny.
It's funny.
Didn't do
that's
that.
good.
And it's a killer fucking remix of the Halo theme, by the way.
That's good. Yeah, solid story. 9s and 8s from everybody. Really good. It just doesn't stick to my ribs like Halo.
Right.
Like the
Well,
trilogy.
I
You know,
agree,
when you
and
get,
yeah,
like,
I agree
yeah.
that like I don't feel attached to any of these characters quite as much as like Cortana or some of the other characters from the mainline series. But like what they did with this story is still pretty great in its own right as like a standalone thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. Gameplay.
I do. Wait, real fast. I do find it interesting though how many like South African accents they have going on, and they're here to colonize Reach. I'm like, yeah, you guys, there's a little bit of. Like, shouldn't there be some resentment towards colonization? I mean, maybe it's far enough in the future. I don't know. Because this is like 2600.
It's pretty far
yeah.
in the future.
They probably forget. That's fair. That's fair.
I'm sure they don't forget.
Never forget. Never forgive.
Never. That's actually one of the taglines. Never forget when it's like reach. Like that's like tag spray paint.
Oh, yeah.
In, like places. Yeah.
Oh, that is true.
Well, because in ODST it's like never forget reach or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's spray
Imagine
painted.
9/11, but it's a whole planet.
Yeah.
And they crashed their Covenant ships
Yeah,
right into the core.
wait. The only terrorist activity I saw though was the good guys slamming their ships into the baddie ships.
God.
Kamikaze. I wouldn't call
Yeah,
it
it's more
terror.
common.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, I
more
was gonna
it's more
say.
Japan oriented with the like, well, we're
The-
gonna die anyway.
One
Let's
of the
just
things that bugged me actually about like that scene with like Carter is it kind of like blacks out because like you get on the ship, then it blacks out, then it comes back in, and like the ship's like, oh, we can't get to your vitals are going down. What's going on? I'm like, dude, I kind of wish they would have like had a like gameplay into that scene where like it's like you like maybe you're fighting banshees or something like whatever, and it shows
It is
him-
kind of abrupt.
and it shows
yeah.
him get like shot up. Like I think that'd have been cooler. Or like snipers on the ridge, like shooting into the Pelican, and you see him just get like hit, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And it's like, "Okay, it's one more." I thought, I thought it was kind of abrupt, like a badass way to go out. But I would have liked to see a lead up into that.
So gameplay. We actually beat this thing. We beat it in one sitting.
Did you?
Yeah.
the day before
Yeah.
we were
We-
supposed to
The
record.
day
I knew
before we
that.
were supposed to record, I came over here and it was like my last hurrah because I'm gonna be working on a movie for the next couple months, and I'm like, it might be the last video game I beat. I don't know. It depends on my
Yeah.
time, right? And so I'm like, all right, Schweiss, we're gonna do this thing, and then Schweiss is like, well, God, the stupidest fucking argument I've ever had with Caleb Schweiss in my fucking life. Over the text was about him like getting something at the post office, some position, and he's like, "Didn't you know that means that I'm not gonna call off Saturday?" Because he was gonna call it off,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "No, because you didn't say it. You didn't say that. I don't have my mind. I think what did I say in this chat? It was like I'm sorry, I haven't practiced my mind reading abilities in a long time." So I was pretty pissed about that, but we still were like gonna make it a thing. So it was like, okay, we're gonna play this on normal because every time Schweiss has played it, and when I played with the other guys, we've been playing legendary.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, well, sorry guys, we're gonna play this on normal so that we can get through the campaign in 4 hours because we had like a 10-hour time limit or something. We're gonna get through the campaign as fast as possible. We didn't know it would only take 4 hours. And then we would play some multiplayer. And we actually fucking did it.
Yeah.
We fucking like we played it on normal, played through the entire thing in like 4 hours. Now on how long to beat, it's like 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
So because there were 4 of us playing and it was on normal, we were able to shred through that game.
Oh yeah.
And then we played the last level in Legendary just as like a last hurrah, which it was quite a bit more difficult, I would say.
yeah.
Yeah, because it was last week. Sorry, I was looking at my thing because like we ended up doing it over 3 days. Or 4, because we played the last level on like 4. Like we did like just like a little bit, but because I got fucked at
my
work and I
last 2
had,
weeks thing on Steam says 5.6 hours, so
I had
maybe like 5.5 hours then.
I had inventory at work on Tuesday and I didn't get out of there till like 11:30. I was pissed because I was like, I want to
play Halo Reach.
That's exactly. I'm like, dude, I got shit to do, and they're like,
game's old.
they're like, we're blocked. And the thing is, like with inventory for us, like it's all blacked out. And like if you call out or don't show up, it's an automatic termination.
Jesus.
Yeah, because it's like,
I wouldn't even have been in that much trouble.
yeah, dude. Well, and it's just for the inventory. Like it sucked when they made us do the Salt Lake one too because they did that. But yeah, automatic termination. You can't.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
like-
metal.
So we played through the campaign and then we played multiplayer
shitload
for
of
like
multiplayer,
3 or
yeah.
4 hours. Yeah, we played every mode
Nice.
basically.
Good.
We played through a lot of the maps. We didn't play through all of them because there's a lot of fucking multiplayer maps in this game.
Right.
We also played a couple different types of firefight. One of which we couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. Like we couldn't, we didn't know how to win it, or we didn't know like how long we were supposed
I don't
to be
think
there. or whatever.
firefight doesn't have a win, does it? Like it
No,
just,
but they're
it's just
like
tiered, right?
literally 2 different teams. So one of us was a
Oh.
Covenant, and we didn't know what the fuck was going on. Basically, we had no idea. So we got basically the full game experience in the game. So unlike ODST, where it was just like, I hope the multiplayer was good.
You know, it's a quickie.
I hope the multiplayer.
This
was
one we fucking plowed and we played this game like it was a job. We're gonna go in
I mean,
like it was a
technically.
mission. Like it was a mission to beat this game and play every single
yeah.
variant.
Kind of like in the book.
Yeah.
Like in the book, right?
So I mean,
exactly like in the book. You're
first person shooter, for those of you who don't know for some reason, And basically taking off from where Halo 3 left off, a lot of like sci-fi weapons. You got your Earthling weapons and you got your Covenant weapons, and just a really good, solid physics that go with Halo with the kind of. It wasn't quite as low gravity. I think that's because you're on a big planet.
Yeah, you actually have more
maybe.
gravity.
Yeah, but there's in addition to regular Halo gameplay. There is also these power-up boosts, and you get to only have one at a time. So you got to pick the one if you have any choices. You usually start.
You
with
start with sprint for the most part.
And so, but there's like a jetpack. There's like a super shield,
Armor lock.
They got.
You can make clones
there's like
of yourself.
6 of them. Yeah, the clones of yourself one where you can kind of like distract, usually other players or possibly like the enemies.
Covenant,
Yeah. And so they're shooting at your clone, and you get to get it some bullets away from you, basically, which is kind of cool. Schweitz was talking about, and I don't know if this was on the episode or before, how it was kind of like a Call of Duty thing.
Yeah, they had some like Call of Duty elements to it. I think with the changing of the classes,
adding
and
perks
the
like that,
power-ups,
definitely.
the perks.
Yeah.
It definitely takes inspiration from that type of shooter where like Halo was pretty set in its ways from Halo 1 through 3, and then Modern Warfare kind of came along and sort of mixed things up.
Yeah, Modern Warfare mixed up a lot of things, and then it's it's like Halo, it's like Metallica's Load days. They're like, well, grunge is a thing, so we're gonna put like
so we're gonna make a terrible album.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
It's a great album.
Add the grunge noise to our voice.
I don't like
and
grunge.
just
Sorry.
Oh, that's also wrong.
I just don't like Nirvana. I think that's what I've come to.
All y'all could fuck
Come
off.
to
He
believe.
didn't even like Nirvana. He just-
I don't like. I don't really like Soundgarden or Nirvana very much.
yeah.
I like Soundgarden because they actually shred every once in a while, unlike all the other fucking grunge
Dude,
bands.
I was
but
doing
that's just me.
the Big Four grunge, and Soundgarden's first album fucking sucks. It is way worse than all of the other ones' first albums. Of course, the king being Alice in Chains, but they're a pretend grunge band. They're
Dirt's
just
their first album, right?
no, their
Or-
first one's Facelift. It's the one with Man in the Box on it.
Okay.
Dirt's the second one. That one's amazing. And then
Well, if it's
the one with Man in the Box, that one didn't win. It didn't win my ranking,
I think
but
Pearl Jam 10 is a really great debut. I know you hate Pearl Jam, but
no, actually, that was the best one.
No, I hate Pearl
Alright.
Jam.
I don't hate Pearl Jam anymore.
he loves Pearl Jam all over his mouth.
What I hate is
How they're calling it these days?
the idea of Pearl Jam and other bands that sound like him that are even hammier, because he's not as hammy as I thought he was.
No, he's not.
Yeah. There's other bands that are like him that are ham.
What, like Creed?
Yeah, Creed is probably the one I'm thinking of that's the ham. But I do have the Creed Greatest Hits album, so I don't know.
They call it grunge, and then they call anything after those 4 bands post-grunge.
Yeah.
So like Stained, Creed, all those guys
Yeah.
are post-grunge. They're all trying to sound like
Stained,
grunge
yeah.
with being a little bit more poppy.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Give me industrial any day over grunge.
I don't know.
3 of those 4 bands, I'm honestly just like forever in love with.
It's hard because grunge really stole the thrash throne, you know? And so I'm
They were
like,
going on at the same time. I don't know.
yeah, but I
Thrash
mean,
was the underground thing that was happening.
Real
it was
quick.
just big. Yeah.
Our listeners on the pod, if you're listening to this on the podcast, you're not gonna like see this. So sorry, it's only YouTube only. Did you guys like coordinate shirts today? Because like you're kind of close.
yeah, no.
Not really. I mean, there are horizontal
It looks the same.
fabric-y
It-
stripes.
There's just not. It looks the same, dude. Like,
Yeah, I've got all vertical stripes and horizontal stripes, though.
okay, I'm just
Clearly, Joe only has stripes in one
It
direction.
looks the same almost though. Like it was just cute. Like I didn't know if you guys
Just
like.
because we're both white doesn't mean we
I
look the
didn't
same.
know.
Yeah,
you do
racist.
though. I just didn't know if you guys like woke up in the same bed. And you had to like switch shirts on real quick, and you just like grab each
Well, I
other's.
mean-
All right, so back to gameplay. In this thing, it has in the multiplayer, it has all of the same things that Halo 3 does and ODST. So it has
The best of everything.
yeah, it's basically
Yeah.
greatest hits as far as the gameplay is concerned, including like a bunch of remakes of old Halo 2 and 3 maps. which you can go into. There's like
That's way cool.
There's like 40 multiplayer maps.
No shit.
Yeah, we were gonna go through. I was like doing one variation on this map, one variation on this map. I was gonna try to like play every multiplayer map. There was a certain point where I was like, oh my god,
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to make it.
we're not gonna make it. Yeah, we were doomed to fail, much like the guys in Halo Reach.
You lived it.
And so, and then the campaign is I think it's really solid. It's in terms of gameplay, it's really pretty close in terms of like pacing and stuff to Halo 3. With some additional like standing around waiting for things to like fuck you up, like in ODST, and like Halo 2 had a lot of that too.
It had some cool like extra moments though. Like there's the one part, I think it's like the second to last mission where you're trying to get to the scientist lady who invented Cortana, and you have like those turrets you can set up that sort of help you like take down the Covenant hordes as they're coming in.
Yeah,
and you have to like reset them every once in a while.
There's that. There's like Banshee fighting in space, which was pretty
that was
cool.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, actual space battles.
Yeah, so
That was sweet.
get space battles. You get your regular vehicle, moments that kind of break up the campaign, which is something I love about the Halo series, where they're just like, yeah, for a second here, we're gonna take a detour, and it's gonna be a good detour. It's not gonna be a shitty one,
Yeah, here's a scorpion. Have fun.
It's-
Go fuck these people up.
I don't know.
Isn't there a part 2 where you're fighting on a spaceship and like the airlock gets open and like the sound gets all muffled for a split second?
Yeah,
and all the
because you're
others are just like
outside.
floating around.
Yeah, and you kill
Yeah.
the guys and they just float off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's really good variety in the campaign.
Oh,
And go ahead.
sorry. No, go. I got after you.
And I don't know. I really dug the gameplay part of the campaign. Was a lot of fun, and the fact like 4-player multiplayer is sick.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was kind of gameplay. I thought like going on your thing with like the fights and like whatever. It was fun to play with that Mac gun at the end of the game too, like that little like one that was like on the deck, and you just had to like shoot people. I don't know. So
Shoot down the fucking wraiths.
Yeah, it was
Or
just
not the
kinda-
wraiths,
yeah.
Yeah.
Phantoms.
Yeah, I wish I had a better pilot, but yeah.
Yeah. I remember that shit
I
now.
was like, can I get a fucking angle? Angle.
Oh
Shooting,
yeah, me too.
shooting angle for
A4 was a
300, please.
He was like doing stupid shit flying there. I'm like, I can't shoot anything.
Yeah, like our pilot was shooting stuff, and I'm like, you've got people hanging on to you that have way more firepower. If you could just fucking point us in the right
with
direction.
way more firepower.
Yeah.
Please turn to the left every once in a while.
Yeah, just not all the time, but just every so often.
What we
for
like
me.
with me and A4, we should have done. We each should have taken a Hornet. But it's like jump in,
Yeah.
and I was like, sure.
Yeah, I will say
Well,
though.
then there was the part. It's like the second mission where you're in the tank and like he had the gunner seat in the front where you can barely fucking aim like
Yeah.
50
Yeah,
degrees
that
and then
up.
sucks.
this
And-
cunt is like, why aren't you shooting anything? And I'm like, cause you're
Yeah, you
angling me, where I can't do anything.
He got fucking mad and it's like, fine, I'll get out of the fucking tank. You drive the tank. Then he's like, no, now I don't want to. It's like, all right, fine. I'll do that.
He was like, get in the fucking thing.
Folds
Like,
his arms.
Yeah.
Down his
no.
lips.
Well, because he like stopped and I was like, I'm not getting in there. And he's like, dude, the fucking driver's seat. Like, well, I'm not going to now because you've yelled at me. And he was like, get in the front. I was like, no.
Yeah, I just really loved it, and all the like the environments. It really kind of digs into that a lot more than I think even the trilogy of Halo games before it.
Yeah, I'll say also the space battle part with the Banshees, that's actually really well done. That's like par with the Star Wars like Rogue Squadron and shit like that. Like as far as
I was gonna
quality,
say,
it was
I was getting
really good.
flashbacks to the space missions from both Ratchet and Clank and like Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, it was on that level, which is crazy.
The
'cause those
real
are
Battlefront
amazing.
2, the 2005 one, not the new one.
No, I know. It was.
I was just saying for
great.
Zach.
Well, it's one of those things as well where we've been playing a bunch of Final Fantasy games for the Ultimate Final Fantasy podcast, and that's something that the Final Fantasy games do every once in a while, or they'll like, go into the campaign and then or the story, and then they'll break up some of it with like these mini games. Sometimes they're fun, but a lot of the times they're like kind of horrible. But you're just like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, whatever. I guess I'll play this not Cosmo Canyon. What's the shitty one? That no one can figure-
Fort Condor.
Fort Condor, thank you. The Fort Condor section in Final Fantasy VII. Like there's shit like that where you're just like, all right, I'll go through it. But in Halo Reach, And the other Halos have just had like the Jeep sections basically.
Yeah.
And this one, like, it really gives you some good variety, and they're all really, really well polished and really well done.
Yeah, it's like better than it should be, considering it's most of the time a first-person shooter, and then it's like, well, now we're a third-person like space fighter. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, it's actually really good here too. It's like weird.
And then I would say, and then we'll talking like multiplayer wise, it has all of like the polish of Halo 3. They did like truncate the sword down again.
Yeah, the sword sucked in this one.
The sword was lame.
It's the only thing I don't, and I don't really like their changes to SWAT because they don't have that gun like the
BR.
the BR. Thank you.
Yeah.
They don't have the BR, and so it's just like a single shot like sniper kind
really
of situation.
Fucking like that gun, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't like SWAT, but outside of not liking SWAT, outside of not liking what they
Which
did with
is
the
the
sword,
best game mode, I think, in Halo 3 is SWAT.
Yeah.
So it kind of
It's pretty
sucks
great.
that they don't have it.
Besides those kind of like truncating those things down because, well, it just didn't fit with the game, or the sword thing actually pisses me off. Like, swords should be like one-shot kills. I mean, come on. One-hit kills, swords.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Anyway, that's just how I feel because I'm an old Halo 2 player. What am I, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Old Halo 2 player
the
looking for a home.
The time moves on, and they're like, well, we need to make the sword less bullshit, I guess. But like, if everybody has access to the sword, it's not bullshit. Whatever.
Right. Well, maybe if you got access to a shotgun, it's definitely not bullshit.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
It's not. If you're good with a shotgun, you're
If you're
gonna
good
be
with
fine.
the shotgun, the sword guy's never going to kill you.
So outside of that, like the fucking multiplayer, I thought was like flawless. It was just nearly flawless multiplayer. It was like Halo 3, but probably coded just a little bit
Just
better.
a little extra spice.
And then we finally got to play the firefight thing, which is just shoot enemies, which I don't really get. I didn't really love that much, so I don't think my score would have changed that much for ODST.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, as a game mode with Halo, I personally would rather shoot other players, but it's cool that it's there, and
I like it a lot.
it was fun enough.
Because you also got to remember this is like a post Gears of War world where they had like horde mode, so
Yeah.
it makes sense that they would include something like that.
But imagining not comparing it to the swords from Halo 2 or even 3, I will give gameplay a 10 out of 10. I thought this was just an incredibly well done game. And I didn't think I would. I thought this game was probably going to be like ODST or somewhere in between the two, or like was going to be a little bit of a step down. But for me, it was not. It was like a straight up. It had the quality of a main series Halo game, even though it was a spinoff. So
Yeah, they don't know how to make spin-offs over there. That's what my theory is. Except for ODST, but that was more of like an extra thing.
yeah, which is what a spinoff would be.
It's basically an expansion. I mean, it's called Halo 3 :ODST.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. What do you think, A4?
I'm gonna mirror your 10. I think, just, like I said, it's Halo 3's multiplayer and game feel with like a dash of Call of Duty, which is all it needed. It's not trying to copy Call of Duty. It's just trying to like take the good stuff from that and add on to Halo. And I think that really makes this one feel. I don't know if I'd call it like peak Halo because it's no longer like pure, but I think the additions that this game has from ODST and borrowing some shit from like Call of Duty really makes this one feel great to play all around. So I'm gonna mirror your 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 10 as well, and I'm gonna make the same analogy that I've made like 50 million times in my life. This is the Black Album of Halos, right? This is the beginning of the end. It's really good, and it's not the beginning of the end for the same reasons at all, honestly. Most of the time when I can make this comparison, it actually fits perfectly. And now it only kind of fits because Bungie is no longer in charge of Halo after this point. But it's a really good thing that starts to change up a couple things here and there that work really well within that particular game. But based on Metallica, at least, it spirals out of control for many, many decades.
Are you saying Infinite's gonna be Saint Anger?
Maybe. Or it could be Death Magnetic.
Because if Halo 4 and 5 are load and reload,
Yeah.
where like half of people love it, half of them hate it,
Infinite would have to be
Infinite would have to be Saint Anger.
where most people hate it.
And then you get a few people that are like, no, it's actually a masterpiece. And you're like, what the fuck? What
Yeah.
the
I'm one of those
fuck?
people.
What the fuck?
I
A4?
really kind of like Saint Anger. It's still the worst Metallica album, but like,
Bye. Oh,
It's a bad Metallica album, but I like it better than Load and Reload.
what the fuck, A4?
I like new metal better than grunge. What do you want from me?
Reload, I can see there being a fight, but not really.
It's the worst new metal album I have ever heard.
Well, yeah. But it's better than any grunge album, so I mean, come on.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. But no, that's my analogy for it. It's like it's kind of the beginning of the end in a lot of ways for Halo, because after this, Halo is, I mean, it's still a big deal, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. Call of Duty really just takes the helm for probably the next 7 years.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
it was
on-
handed off to 343, so it's kind of like a different era anyway.
Yeah, it's just it's a totally new era for the series, and I feel like this one certainly has that. But the gameplay is incredible in it. Multiplayer is really fun. I feel like they did a better job in Halo 3 bringing back the classic maps. Like they brought back a couple of them in this one, but like
Well, we don't know. We
There's
don't
no-
even know. There could have been more.
there's no lockout though. Like that's the ultimate map. That's probably the greatest Halo map that's ever been made.
I don't know if there's no lockout. We didn't play all the maps.
Yeah, there might be.
Yeah,
yeah,
I have no idea.
The only other one that might compete is Blood Gulch for like the classic nostalgia, but as far as the map setup, like
Yeah, and they also haven't brought back Blood Gulch Pure, you know?
Yeah, they
like
brought
the,
back,
the
like-
remakes of Blood Gulch and the other ones. They have Beaver Creek /
Yeah,
Battle Creek
that's
/
true.
whatever the fuck they called it in this one.
Crick.
Yeah, Crick
Oh, they should
Creek.
call it.
But no, they don't.
Going down a Crick Creek.
Lockout is not in Halo Reach, but it is in Halo 4.
You're like, wait,
Oh, cool.
wait a minute. You can say creek, but only after you say crick.
I just fucking hate Crick and Cran. I'll fucking say Cran. It's a crayon.
Oh, I was
hate
like, I don't even know what
Utahns.
you're saying.
Yeah, dude. One of the Utah slang ones is Cran. I got heard people say, "Hey, me the
Treasure,
Cran."
Major, Pleasure
And
is my
it's-
favorite, like, little Utah thing.
I used to say crown when I was a kid.
I hate
crown.
Cran. I want to kill the people when I hear Cran.
Crown?
Crown instead of crayon, yeah.
Instead of crayon?
Yeah.
God.
What a
Wow.
Color with my crowns.
Wow.
That's that Florida coming out. there.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Crown.
Zach, do you have any other thoughts on the gameplay? You haven't talked
No,
about
you guys. Honestly, you guys have like hit everything. Like I wanted you to go off and have do your
Okay.
thing. So like honestly, but I'm gonna give it a 9 because fuck those jetpacks. I hit the jetpack and I'm like, I'm gonna ease into this, and I hit a wall, like the ceiling, like I hit a pipe. It's like pung pung, and then I fell 5 times. And I'm gonna say
Minus
that's
one
not.
for the jetpack.
I'm not gonna say it's not my fault. It's Bungie's. So 9.
I would say, like, the jetpack is fun in the campaign. In multiplayer, it's a death trap. Because it's just like, here I am.
Shoot me! Yeah, I guess, yeah. So I'm giving it a 9 because fuck those jetpacks, dude. Everything else, so it is fun. It is really fun. It's smooth as hell. And yeah,
it really
just
is.
fuck the
It really
jetpacks.
is. It's a well polished game experience. Graphics and design. I don't have much to say about this one. I think it looks really good. Like
It
all
still
those,
looks really good.
All those varieties, all the different areas. They're very unique. I think I don't know if I can't remember what score I gave Halo 3, but I know I haven't given perfect scores in this category for Halo, but for this one, I think this game looks really good, and I'm gonna go ahead and give graphics and design a 10 out of 10.
I am going to mirror that. The cutscenes are beautiful.
Yep.
Everything around it looks fan-fucking-tastic. All the characters, like especially with like the designs of Noble Team. Even when you're like, the little skull on his face, I think it's cool.
I think it still
I'm-
looks good.
No, I mean, I
Edgelord.
love that. I just think practically,
all
like in
their
real
armor,
life, it's a
I
dumb
like.
idea.
I like how different it is, and I like the different aspects. Like if you look at Kat, she's got a robotic arm. It's cool. They just threw that in. They're like, I lost her arms. Here we go. And everything's just good. Like I agree, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's polished. Looks great.
Yeah.
Enemies look good.
all those different game modes where you're like above the city and shit like that, like, and in space, obviously, like that. It all, I guess, the variety of the gameplay also equals like variety within the graphics and the art of it. And I really dug it. And I was gonna say something else, but my brain just lost track.
I was gonna say, since we've derailed so many times in this episode already, let's do it again. So the prosthetic arm reminds me of like of Battlefield 4 or 5 when they were like
Oh.
when it was like they put the prosthetic arms in to it was supposed to be like inclusive for people with prosthetics, and I'm like, these people can't play these games. Like I was just thinking that like if you have a prosthetic arm and a little hook hand, like how are you gonna fucking play Battlefield? But it
Did
also
you
it also
know that they have that shit in Forza Horizon 5, by the way?
Oh my god, yeah, did you guys hear about that?
what prosthetics?
No. So people,
Yes, and you can also choose your pronouns.
Oh, no. See, what I heard is people were pissed because when the Forza...
Because their pronouns weren't in there.
No, because
Oh.
they're like there's trans players obviously that play the game, right? Because everyone plays video games are inclusive, all that. It
don't play
links.
those.
Shut up. It links to your old account.
Your
And
Microsoft
so some
account.
of them were getting dead names. Like they have their new name, right?
Oh.
And they were like, oh, and like
Did they ban themselves? They would have to, right?
no. But so it was like a lot of them were like, I had to shut it off, and like I don't know what that's like, but like at the same time, like I don't think if I was that way, it wouldn't affect me in that way. But it's me, and I can't speak for everyone.
Yeah.
But like,
But I'm gonna.
Nah, but I'm like, I don't know. It's just
But
a
it's funny.
it's a controversy that's going on right now with like Forza.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What did
And again, like I'm not gonna speak for people because I don't know, but like I think it's a weird controversy at the moment. It's because it's like if it links to your account and that's what you've had on there.
Yeah,
then,
it's like sorry that reality exists and you were once this and
I
you
should-
chose
That's
and
the
it's
name
your
on your
own
account
name.
from 10
It's
years
your own
ago before you
fucking
made
like
this decision,
profile.
and that's just how it is. It's not the game's fault.
Yeah, and it's not. What do you identify as a new username? Fuck you.
But then I heard there's a
because isn't that all it should be? Is
that's
like
a
your old
PlayStation that
gamer
PlayStation
tag?
screwed you over.
Like, oh, I don't identify as
so
twice
I
one
think-
any longer.
I think in
No, like your real name information.
Yeah.
in your
Oh,
Microsoft
because like
account.
an old yeah, and
I
then in
could
old
see that,
Forza
okay.
games
That's-
you can like put your name in.
I
there,
can
right?
understand that more than what I was imagining, which is like, well, like your XXXX big dong XXX. Oh, I don't identify with my penis anymore. Like you fucking made the name up.
Yeah, no, it's the like
Okay,
the,
that's-
yeah,
all
those
right.
names.
You're reminding me of the past.
That's about 4% less offensive to me than it was before.
So
I could
So,
see
yeah.
that. But I know.
that's something that's going on.
I
right
just
now.
remember joking in that Battlefield game with Cameron, like how awesome it would be if, like, as a medic, somebody like gets gibbed and their arm gets blown off, and you just walk up and like you're healing them, and you just like fucking shove a prosthetic arm into the little nub that's left of their arm, and then like they get up, they get up and they just like. And then they go back and
Groovy.
start fighting again. Yeah, I was like, how fucking cool would that have been in there? Like, yeah, we want to be inclusive to these people, and then it's this super offensive, just like
about
they're
10
just
minutes
shoving it into the
fucking
meat of
every
your arm.
Battlefield 5 match, every character looks like fucking Buster Bluth.
Yeah,
It's like, and if like, and again, if Schweiss offended you guys who have lost limbs and using that, good luck typing a response out.
yeah. Good luck telling me. Good luck telling me about it. No, it'd be. And then by the end of the match, everyone's basically a mannequin. Like
It's
you
like
have no physical presence left whatsoever.
It's like in Family Guy, the pirate dude that's got like the force like wooden stubs
Yeah.
for the legs and like the hands. You're
There
just,
you
like,
go, yeah.
You're just like running to each other with there's no knives either. You're just like beating each other to death. Like
Yeah, that was the most disappointed I've ever been in Conan Exiles, by the way, is when I found out I couldn't have two peg leg pants. Because like the peg leg
Aw.
pants, it's one leg or the other, but it's a full pair of pants. It's not just one single leg with the
Damn.
peg. I want a double peg and double hook hand. I can have the hook hand, but I can't have the double
Just
peg.
wanted to Captain Ahab that shit.
Yeah, just
with like instead of footprints in the sand, it's like little circles.
little holes, yeah.
So how
You wanted to role play Stumpy the Pirate.
A4 and Schweiss, how do you guys feel about the art and graphics of Halo Reach?
Well, I like the lack of prosthetics in Halo Reach. First of all, I'm giving it a 9. The graphics are good and everything, but honestly, at this point, it's just more Halo. So, I think that's why I'm not giving it a perfect 10.
A4 is just like I'm over this fucking series.
No, I mean it's fine. Just nothing really stood out to me too much. Like there are good set pieces and everything in this, but all in all, it's more or less just more of the same.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one a 10. I've been kind of critical of the graphics in the past because they've always... It's weird because Xbox, it was kind of like the best looking thing.
Right.
And I've never given the Halos a perfect score because I feel like they've never truly utilized the console until now. I think Reach does look pretty good, and it definitely looks better than Halo 3, I would say.
Yeah,
So
bug-eyed fucking Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, Bug-Eye Johnson.
Old Bug-Eye Johnson.
Yeah. What'd you say? Nah,
I didn't say Def Johnson.
yeah.
I'll say actually, like, it's been 11
1
years
week?
since this game came out, and
It looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
looks
yeah.
pretty good. Like, the idea, like, I felt this way with Halo 3. I was like, oh, it's a little bit old. Because Halo 3 was one of the ones that wasn't anniversary right. So I was like
Right.
ready with Halo 2 and 1 for it to look, you know,
Yeah.
really old, but I wasn't really that ready for Halo 3 to look as old as it did. This one I didn't feel that way.
It
This
didn't look
one I
old,
didn't
yeah.
have a second thought where I was like, oh, this doesn't look good.
You
Like,
looked at Halo 3 and it aged you physically because you're like,
yeah,
oh
it did a
god,
little
that
bit. I was
doesn't look like how I
oh, yeah,
remember.
Yeah, Halo 3's graphics don't look as good as I remember, but Halo Reach I didn't think about it, and therefore good.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm talking about. Like the other ones, I was just like, oh, this looks way shittier than I remember. But this one, yeah, it looks good even now. So good on them. They finally mastered the graphics.
Zach, what do you think about the score of this game?
We're not doing. What do you mean?
Which is sound and music.
Oh, I was like, the fuck. Oh, I see. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think about the score?
You had
that
this
we
game,
don't know
a
yet?
triple-digit score out of 1,000. What would it be?
Here's the thing. I'll give it a 10. I think I've given all of them, like, the Sound of Music's 10s up to this point. Because, like, fuck, dude, they still sound great. Music, always epic. And they're getting... I'd give them an 11, to be honest, for the remaster of the Halo 1 theme. And that
Yeah,
Easter
it
egg,
was pretty sweet, yeah.
honestly. Yeah, dude, weapons sound great. The voice acting's really, really good. Everyone's distinctive, at least in your team.
Yeah,
they
that's
all
right.
sound they all sound different.
Yeah.
And it's like, thank you for taking that extra step. You didn't have to. You didn't have to. Yeah, I give it a 10. I just love it. It's great.
All right, what about you, A4? A4.
I'm gonna have to give it a 9. I don't remember too much about the soundtrack for this one, to be honest. Like, not as many of the songs stuck out to me as they did from the main Halo series or ODST. Not that it's bad per se. Again, just really didn't stand out too much musically.
It's
the
funny.
voice acting's fantastic. I might even go so far to say that like the voice performances in this were better than ODST, even though ODST had like, you know, Nathan Fillion and some famous actors in it. But yeah, just got to go with a 9 on this one. Didn't really pop out to me as much as the other ones did. Sadly.
To quote A4 in some chats I've been in, shut the fuck up, bitch.
I like how it sounds like he's giving it a negative review, but he gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. like
Everyone's giving everything 10, so I feel blasphemous giving it a 9. But it's like, yeah, sorry, I just like it's not as
Sorry, I
it's not
didn't
as
read the
distinct
books.
to me as like the main series.
That's a
Halo
trick
games.
question because A4 never learned how to read.
The sound and the music, all of it was really, really damn good. It is missing like Halo 3's like uniqueness
Perfection,
in the
yeah.
theme, and
Perfection.
then like Halo 2's kind of like building on Halo 1. So I think since Halo 2, everybody's been reusing the same like music or music types, but Halo 3 had something going on that was unique, and I think Halo ODST had something going on that was unique.
Yeah.
This one felt like a lot more greatest hits. There might have been original stuff in there. I remember rocking the soundtrack quite a few times when we were playing it. But I do kind of feel the same way about it with A4. It was like, well, it was just more of the same. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 as well. I thought it was really, really darn good. Although not a standout.
Weak.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 also. Sorry.
Weak.
Amazing music though.
It's great music, but I mean, it's not like
I don't remember any of it.
ODST is more experimental. 3 is like a perfect. It's like a perfect
Crescendo,
Dave Mustaine
like,
remix of all the
yeah.
greats, and then the Halo 3 theme is like amazing, considering it's like 3 piano notes on with varying speeds of play. Yeah.
Sorry.
But I don't know. I mean, and then, you know, ODST is like the secret of mana of Halo games, where it's just like, you know, let's go proggy and weirdly experimental. So this one, I don't know. It's not bad music, and it's well put
So
together.
are you saying ODST is the fucking Injustice for All of Halo games?
I don't know about that.
I mean, it fits with your analogy.
I guess if we're doing it like in order, then yeah. I guess Master of Puppets is 3. I could live with that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then Halo 2, yeah, kind of weird, not quite as good, in my opinion.
Then 3.
Ride the lightning. Yeah. I think,
Okay, I was like, then kill them all.
No.
What the fuck?
The Kill 'Em All is where it kind of falls apart because Halo 1 is better than Kill 'Em All. As far as like things.
Halo 1's a better game than Kill 'Em All as an album.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
As impossible as that is to quantify, I will say it.
Apples to oranges, of course.
Exactly. They're both fruit. Neither are keto, so who cares?
Dude, that's one of my favorite. Like, you hear those guys listen to like Little Dicky, like the rapper.
No.
So his is like it's like joke shit. Like he's like a joke rapper.
Oh, maybe I've heard some of the stuff.
But
then.
one of his songs, he's like fucked this chick, and it's like they're laying in bed, talking. And the song's called Pillow Talk. But she's like multiple times in the song, she's like, "That's apples to oranges." And like at the end of the song, he's like, "Bitch, why can't fruit be compared?" And it's like my favorite.
I think I have heard that song. Yeah.
Fuck.
Alex showed me
It's so
that.
random. It's like one day he's like asking her about dinosaurs because she's Christian. She's like, "Let's not talk about it." And his brain's like, "This bitch don't know about Pangea," and it's just like the most random.
Yeah,
shit.
I have heard
It's
that.
a funny
Yeah.
fucking song.
It is pretty
It's
funny.
So good.
It is funny. It's weird.
He did that Freaky Friday rap where he like woke up in the body of like another rapper, like a black guy, and he's like, I can say the N-word.
Wow.
He's a skinny Afro like Jewish.
I know
guy.
who he is, yeah.
Yeah, that saved his bar mitzvah money to make his first album. Like that's legit, like this story.
Wow.
Nice.
But he's like they liked him.
Hey,
Like,
what did you
Snoop
do
Dogg
with
was
your
awesome.
your
Okay,
bar
sorry.
mitzvah money?
He got a circumcision.
What did I do with it? Fuck, I don't know. It was a wild night.
Yeah.
Wild night as a 13-year-old.
Yeah, he became a man.
Okay, replayability is the last section of the way that we review things.
What are you gonna give it, Joseph de Gaulier?
I'm gonna give it a motherfucking 10.
A mother, not just a 10, a motherfucking.
A motherfucking 10. There's so many greatest hits of all the multiplayer stuff from the other games. Got some minor gripes about some of my favorite things about the other games,
Right.
but outside of that, it's like it's a great campaign that's totally worth replaying on Legendary, and it's great multiplayer. So fuck yeah, 10 out of 10. Halo Reach.
All right.
Replayability.
Afer.
I'm going to echo that 10. It's a goddamn motherfucking 10. You have replayed this campaign this time. The multiplayer is great. Yeah, and it's not as pure as Halo 3, but in its own way, if I had an Xbox back when this came out, I would have played the shit out of this
Yeah, I didn't have one. And I
as
played
like
the
a
shit-
substitute for Halo 3 back when this came out. So yeah, it's a definite 10 for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Zach?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10 too. There's definitely so much shit to do in that game. Like, it's great. They definitely had a good last hurrah with this one, and definitely made it worth their time. I would, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely with the amount of money they made.
Right?
Yeah, it was certainly worth their time.
Certainly
Stabbing
worth
their
their time.
eyes with the hundreds. It was like, oh no.
Oh, this is
That's so sad that they
one
died.
of the biggest games in Xbox 360.
Oh no, he's dead.
Luckily, I read the book, so I already knew it was going to happen.
It's not a book.
10-2. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's what he
choice?
said. He said, I'll give it a 10-2.
Oh, okay, all right. I was like, what
I'll
the
give it a 10-4.
Yeah, because I gave the sound of music an 11. You fuckers.
Yeah, it's getting a 10.
Twice is putting on his dress spheres. He says that.
Yeah. It's a great game. I do think Halo 3 is a better game, and I think Halo 3's multiplayer is still better, because even after Reach came out, when I borrowed my buddy's 360, I played Halo 3 multiplayer. So I think Halo 3's multiplayer is more pure, more like perfect Halo, but this is really good.
Do you think it's like more of a nostalgic thing too? Honestly, though,
Not 8 years ago when I was doing this, but maybe now.
No, I mean
from
you were
that.
nostalgic for Halo 3, so you played that over Reach when you borrowed the 360. You know what I mean?
I would be tempted by the amount of multiplayer maps that's available in Halo Reach for just playing the game.
Yeah.
You know? Like there's still Beaver Creek, there's a lot of overlap with Halo 3's maps and just plus more. So I almost think except for SWAT. If I wanted to play SWAT mode, I'd put in Halo 3, or Swords, I'd put in Halo 3. But for everything else, I think I would have done this one.
You would have transitioned.
Yeah, if I was in a different universe where I wasn't obsessed with Final Fantasy at the time and getting PlayStation, and if I had stuck with the Xbox, then yeah, I can imagine that being how I would have done it. But that's interesting that that's what you did, was just go back to Halo 3.
Yeah. It is, and it's not to say this isn't a great game either, but you know, I don't know. There's something that's more Halo-y about Halo 3, and I like it. I like it more. But still a 10. I mean, this is a great game, excellent gameplay, and the campaign is something that I would probably play again, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the Halos. They're all every one of them has had a perfect replayability so far, I think. Oh, maybe not ODST.
Not ODST.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll play ODST again, but so I guess.
Well, I was interested in Firefight, but I got it from this
factor,
game.
But it's the fact that like Halo 3, or not Halo 3, Halo in general, it's the whole series has like just such pure fun multiplayer.
Yeah.
That like hasn't aged like milk, like control wise, like maybe GoldenEye or something.
Yeah.
Where it's just easy to say, yeah, I would definitely go back and play these again.
Yeah.
So the scores for Halo Reach are as follows. For story, A4 gave it a 9, I gave it an 8, Schweiss gave it an 8, and Zach gave it a 9. For gameplay, A4, myself, and Schweiss all gave it 10s, and Zach gave it a 9. For graphics / art design, A4 gave it a 9, and the rest of us gave it 10s. For sound and music, A4, myself, and Caleb Schweiss all gave it 9s, and Zach gave it a 10. Replayability, 10s, perfect 10s all around, with a total score of 189 out of 200 for a total a round down Nude Clan score of 94 out of 100.
Around whichever way we feel like.
Nope,
Score.
it's always down. 94 out of 100 for Halo Reach.
All right, let's see where that stacks up, ladies and gentlemen, in our overall.
Is it going to be a Halo 1?
I think it might have tied it.
I can't remember what Halo 1 was.
I can't remember either.
94. Where's this?
Halo 1 for me, I think, is perfect 10s all around.
Yeah, I guess.
Except for was it the design, maybe? I can't remember.
Yeah. Fuck.
Whatever I was feeling at the time.
I've been doing too many other things.
So we're looking for the file that has the scores for every game, which I can't believe it took us this many years to finally fucking start tracking.
94 is 1 point above Halo 3, which is horseshit. You guys are fucks, man.
That's pretty weird, yeah.
I was like, yeah, I think Halo 3 is the best one. You guys are fuckers. They got 2 Halo games.
No, I agree.
That's fine, though. Halo Reach is really good, and so is Halo 1. They're just not as good. So we got Halo Reach as a 94. Halo 3 is a 93. We got Halo 1 as a 96. Halo 2 is a 92.
Damn.
That one I agree with. And then Halo Reach is like a fucking 80 or some shit.
Or you mean Halo ODST?
ODST, yeah. It might even be in the 70s.
In the 70s, yeah.
Yeah, 78.
78 for
See, I
ODST.
thought Halo 1 was 98.
Halo 1 was 96.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucking high score, though.
Yeah, I think Halo 1's a perfect game, so...
Halo 1 is the 6th highest, greatest game of all time, according
The
to
number
Nude
one
Clan.
game in there is that we have on ours is I would definitely agree with.
Our top game of all time,
Yep.
God of War.
Yep. I definitely
The new God of War.
Ghost of Tsushima, Witcher 3, and Doom
Video games have been
2016 all
around
time.
for 50 years, and yet we stumbled across the greatest one.
We did. We got lucky. We got lucky.
I mean,
Just be glad I wasn't on the show when you guys reviewed God of War 2018, because that definitely wouldn't have been the number 1 spot, probably.
What the fuck?
You don't like it?
What are you
Well, I
saying?
haven't played it yet,
for?
but I'm assuming that I wouldn't give it that high score.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think the 4 of us with a perfect score, and then you as the 5th wheel would have. I don't know if you would have brought it down below a 97, which is the
the
place.
next highest, yeah. Ghost of Tsushima, The Witcher 3, and Doom 2016 all have 97s.
All fantastic games.
Yeah, well, I've only
I
played
do need
Doom.
to play Ghost of Tsushima, though. I really do.
Ghost of Tsushima is so good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I already like Sucker Punch's games. I like Sly Cooper.
I just
and
can't
Infamous,
believe
so.
that The Last of Us 2 Game of the Year last year isn't in that spot. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. How far down is that?
Pretty not that close. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening to our review of Halo Reach. Next week will be the Great Fast Food Debate.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Schweiss has Popeyes.
Did you have enough Popeyes? You only have the one?
I had the chicken sandwich to compare with Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, fine. So be ready for that. Guys, if you could go, please check out my YouTube channel. I'm doing a nearly daily vlog on there about the making of my movie Chicken Coop. And if you could please support my film Chicken Coop, like its pages on Instagram and on Facebook. And check the links in the description for those things to take you to a landing page where you can join our mailing list and help support the film. I'd really appreciate it. Also, the 13th Cross comes out December 14th. So please, I hope you guys look forward to that. Go rent 13th Cross if you weren't one of our Indiegogo supporters. If you were, there should have been an email and you should have been able to access the movie already.
Yeah, I believe I get a cut of every time you guys rent it, so...
You don't.
Oh, this is news to me.
I'm sorry to say you do not.
I was a high-level, high-tier investor.
There wasn't investing on 13th Cross. There might be for Chicken Coop, but there wasn't for 13th Cross.
But see, now I'm like...
By the way, don't forget to toss a coin to your
burned.
podcaster. Go to patreon.com/NudeClan Gaming, or is it just Nude Clan?
Yeah. There's no slash, but you can find us on Patreon.
Yeah, just look
we've
for
said
Yeah, find
that,
us on
and it doesn't
Patreon,
actually exist.
Toss us some money, and you get entered into a monthly drawing, so you could win some of the games we review.
Which, by the way, if you guys missed it, it was after the credits of last month's After Dark.
I think everyone missed it because no one said a word.
No one has told you? Oh, shit.
Not one.
Well, I mean, only 3 people won, so
yeah,
like, you know.
3 people won 20 games, but,
It was more than 3. It was like 5.
Yeah, for 5 for
5
like
for 11 months.
5
yeah.
is more than 3.
That is
but
true.
it is significantly less than 11, so...
He wanted to do it legit.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
I
He
don't
actually
blame
had
him.
it.
I get it.
I wanted to just be like, I don't know, pick 11 people.
Yeah, that would have been more evenly distributed, I guess.
Yeah, it would have been. Whatever. We had to do it the way that we told people we would do it. So
Yeah.
we did it. So guys, look forward to that. And if you were like, oh, did I win in the drawing and I was a Patreon supporter, you're going to have to listen to After the Credits of After Dark.
Yeah, the last After Dark episode. Go
Yeah.
check it out, guys. Thank you so much for your support and your time, and we'll see you again next week.
Great fucking game, guys. Good job.
Live always in the nude.
Walk with your cock held high.
Fuck off.
No!